Hello friends, what is up? Welcome back to Light from Mullers. Today we are going to be talking about 3 insane ghosts that were actually caught on camera. These 3 videos that were captured are honestly crazy, and all 3 of them have happened just in the past couple of months. Maybe 2020 is gonna be the year all the ghosts come out too, you know? I mean, I don't think anyone would really be that surprised at this point. But in all seriousness, these videos, if they are real, do definitely seem to show some very real proof of ghosts, or at least some sort of spirit manifesting itself. Before I dive into these 3 crazy stories and show you guys these videos, I just want to say that if you are not already subscribed to my channel, please do hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications. If you like this video, you're definitely going to like my other content, so you might as well just join my little crew now. I post new videos every single day, Monday through Friday, so there's lots to look forward to, and yeah. Now that that's been said, let's move on to these crazy stories and talk about these 3 ghosts that are just adding a little more craziness to 2020. The first bit of footage that we are going to be discussing today was originally uploaded by a paranormal nonprofit investigation group based in Maine called Paranormal 207. They said that this video was actually submitted to them by a resident of Formouth, Maine. This person was supposedly checking their dashcam footage to check for deer that were crossing the road. However, they saw something very strange instead. The video appears to show what seems to be this long, short, shadowy creature darting across the road in front of the car before disappearing into the darkness on the other side. Some people have argued that maybe it was just some sort of dark-haired animal or dog, but others are doubtful that it can be explained away so easily. This shadowy being has no clear shape or definitive features. It honestly does just look like a shadow in the footage. That's really the best way that you can even describe it. It almost does appear like it has some sort of legs that are kind of almost touching the ground, or even some sort of tail that's trailing behind it, but you really cannot identify it as any animal. Shadow figures are a widely reported paranormal phenomena, so could this be a manifestation of that? Let me show you guys the video and you can tell me what you think. So that is the video in question. Although I do think that it's possible that it could be an animal, there is something about this video that just makes me feel like it could also be something else. What do you all think? Do you think that this image is just a result of speed and lighting and maybe some other factors that just made this animal or something look like this? Or do you think that this could be a shadow creature or some other paranormal entity? I am honestly not sure what it really is, but I would love to hear what you think. The next story comes from CCTV footage that was caught at a building site in Birmingham, England. This footage was allegedly caught in the very early morning hours and appears to show an apparition of a young woman wearing a long flowing white dress. She also seems to be holding something in both of her hands as she's going by. She also doesn't really seem to look like what you would expect a normal person to look like. She sort of has this iridescent white ghostly glow, for lack of a better word. And it also seems like she's slightly hovering above the ground. The video first went viral after it was shared by MacLeod, who claimed that her father worked at the building site. She said, quote, "So my dad's building site in Birmingham has a CCTV camera alert which flashes when there is movement, and this morning it took this photo. 10 minutes later, security went to check and found nothing." This is the image that was captured. So eventually, the director of Limitless Security, who is the company that actually captured this footage, came forward to explain even further. He said that they did indeed get an alert in the early hours of that day to say that a motion-censored camera had picked up movement at the site. He also explained that when this happens, he usually gets the images directly to his laptop. When he saw this image, he immediately called security. And just like Meg said, he said that despite there clearly being someone in this photo, they found nothing, no person, and no evidence that anyone had been there. He even admitted that he found it incredibly strange and that he had no idea what it could be. He even said that he didn't get any more sleep that night after he received that photo. So again, because no one was ever found at the site and there was no evidence that anyone was actually there, the only real proof is this image of this woman. The people involved also do seem to believe that this was not just an ordinary woman walking around. It definitely obviously does seem strange that a woman wearing a long white dress would just be randomly walking around some building site carrying something. And even if this was a real woman, maybe it was someone breaking in or a homeless person or, whatever other explanation you could give, it is still strange that they didn't find any evidence that anyone had been there and that she just happened to already have been gone only 10 minutes later when security arrived. Do you think that there could be a logical explanation for this photo? Let me know in the comments below. Alright, so we are finally on to our last story, and let me tell you, I have saved the best one for last. The last story for today begins when Sandra Gonzalez, a mother from Las Cruces, New Mexico, started realizing that toys and other personal belongings that had been placed at her deceased 2-year-old daughter's grave had started to go missing. After she realized this, she started asking other families that would visit the cemetery if they had seen anything, and she started to kind of just try to look out for anything suspicious that would lead her to the answer of why these things were going missing. However, she never found any leads or evidence that anyone had taken them. But as fate would have it, another family had actually set up a video camera on a nearby grave for their murdered son because they believed that their son's murderer was actually returning to his grave to vandalize it. So they wanted to set up the camera to see if they could catch him. And because his grave just so happened to be right next to Fabiola's grave, the 2-year-old little girl, it had a direct view of hers as well. After looking through the footage, the family were shocked by what they actually captured. It was images of what clearly seemed to be a little girl leaning and walking around Fabiola's grave. Later on after this, Sandra and her grandmother were approached by a worker at the cemetery. She apparently told them that she had something very beautiful to show them. It was, of course, the images that had been captured that seemed to show little Fabiola around her own grave. In one image, she even appears to be holding the hand of a tall man who the other family believes might be their murdered son. These are the images that were captured. So obviously the family was very comforted by these images, and they honestly did believe that it was little Fabiola. When you look at pictures of what this little girl looked like and you compare it to the images found on this video, I mean, they do have a shocking resemblance. These images are also just even more convincing when you consider the fact that the toys and personal belongings had already been going missing before they even found these pictures. So does that mean that little Fabiola was taking these toys herself? Maybe she wanted to play with them. Maybe she wanted to take her own things. Obviously though, there's still so many questions to wonder about. Like, had she appeared at her grave before, or was this the first time? Had she really been the one taking the toys, or was it someone else? Was it even actually Fabiola, or is it possible that this could have been a different ghost, or maybe even a real little girl? That one seems kind of doubtful, considering this, again, was taken in the middle of the night when no one was allowed in the cemetery. Do all of the ghosts in the cemetery just like hang out together, or was that just a special occasion? Because it just seems even crazier that she would also be hanging out with the other family's son. That's just crazy. I just kind of picture all of the ghosts in the cemetery just like getting together and hanging out every night. But is that really what was happening? Or did they just make an appearance because they knew that the camera was there? Obviously, we will probably never know. Alright guys, so that was 3 ghosts that have been caught on camera just in the past few months. I would love to hear what you all think. Obviously, I know that they're all a little bit different and the circumstances are kind of different, so you know, maybe you have different theories for them. I would love to hear what you think in the comments down below. If you did enjoy this video, please make sure to give it a big like. I really appreciate it. It definitely means a lot. And of course, if you are not already subscribed, please do hit that subscribe button. I appreciate it so much. I love doing YouTube so much, and this really is my dream job, so it honestly means the world to me if you were to subscribe. And while you're at it, also hit the bell button so that you can get post notifications for when I do post. I make 5 new videos every single week, Monday through Friday, so there's tons of new content all the time. You're never gonna run out of content to binge, so who doesn't love that? That being said, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I am sending you all the positivity and love today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you on the next one. Bye!